In the sprawling, sun-baked expanse of Al-Assad Air Base, life had a certain rhythm. For Sergeant Anya Petrova, that rhythm was the sizzle of bacon at 500, the clang of pots and pans, and the satisfied murmurs of soldiers enjoying a taste of home. She wasn't a pilot, a sniper, or a special ops soldier. She was the base cook, a master of morale, whose battlefield was a massive industrial kitchen. Her mission? To make sure every man and woman on that base had a hot meal, a moment of comfort in a world of dust and drills. She took pride in it, in the way a perfectly grilled steak could lift spirits, the way her homemade apple pie could make a hardened soldier's eyes light up with memories of home. Life was predictable, safe, until it wasn't. The first explosion ripped the pre-dawn silence apart. It wasn't a drill. The ground shuddered violently, and the air filled with the deafening roar of incoming ordnance. Alarms blared, a chaotic symphony of impending danger. Soldiers scrambled, instincts taking over, running for hardened shelters. But Anya wasn't in the barracks. She was in the mess hall, prepping for the morning rush. The lights flickered and died, plunging her into darkness, the only illumination coming from the fiery blossoms painting the horizon. Her heart hammered against her ribs, but through the panic, one thought cut through the noise. The field hospital. The hospital was a series of reinforced tents, situated right next to the mess hall. It was the softest target on the base. Inside were the wounded, the sick, and the medical staff, a small, dedicated team now in the direct line of fire. Anya's training had been basic, the kind every soldier gets and hopes never to use. But in that moment, something else took over. It wasn't training, it was instinct. A primal need to protect. She looked at the mess hall, its steel serving lines, its heavy solid oak tables, its stacks of metal food trays. They weren't just kitchen equipment anymore, they were armor. They were a barricade. With adrenaline surging through her veins, Anya started moving. She single-handedly began dragging the massive 600-pound steel serving counters, grunting with the effort, her muscles screaming in protest. She shoved them against the hospital's most exposed wall, creating a makeshift barrier. Other kitchen staff, frozen in fear, saw her raw determination and were jolted into action. Together they became a frantic, desperate construction crew. They overturned the heavy oak tables, forming a second layer of defense. They stacked crates of canned goods, sandbags of flour, anything solid, anything that could stop shrapnel. A young private, his face pale with terror, helped her hoist stacks of thick metal baking sheets, creating an impromptu shield against the windows. The bombardment was relentless. Explosions walked across the base, getting closer and closer. The concussions threw them against the walls, and the air was thick with dust and the smell of cordite. Shrapnel pinged and ricocheted off their makeshift fortress. A blast nearby sent a shower of debris raining down, and one of the metal trays Anya had propped up was pierced clean through, a stark reminder of the lethal force just inches away. But they didn't stop. For over an hour, under a sky raining fire, the cook and her kitchen crew worked, building their wall, their shield of pots, pans, and provisions. Inside the hospital, the medical team could hear the impacts, but the wall held. Not a single piece of shrapnel penetrated the main ward. When the all clear finally echoed across the devastated base, the sun was rising on a scene of carnage. But amidst the smoking craters and ruined structures, the field hospital stood, scarred but intact. Anya Petrova, covered in dust and sweat, leaned against her barricade, every muscle aching. She wasn't a special forces operator. She was just the base cook. But when the bombs fell, she had used the only tools she had, her kitchen, her strength, and her unyielding courage, to become a shield for the helpless. She had saved dozens of lives, not with a rifle, but with a serving counter and an iron will. Anya's story is a powerful reminder that heroes aren't defined by their job title, but by their actions in the moments that matter most. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of incredible courage. We'll see you in the next one.